All right, guys. So it is currently 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. We just had the servers go down on the NGS beta. I'm currently live over on Twitch right now. Twitch.tv/ChronoCatastrophe, as always. If you guys want to catch me live, that's where I'm at the moment. You know what? I'll even toss, let's toss chat into the video as well. You guys can be a part of the video. Chat, you want to be part of the video? There you are. You're here. So didn't really have a video planned for today. I was planning on just streaming throughout the day. We've been live for about 14 hours, almost 15 hours now. I was considering just to keep going and go through all the way throughout, but there's been some issues with the beta. So I did want to kind of give you guys my my thoughts, just kind of like my raw thoughts on how I feel about the beta so far. Getting a chance to play NGS, all that good stuff. So first and foremost, I know a lot of people have questions about classes. I played fighter mostly, so Knuckles a whole lot. Played a bit of sword as well, so played some hunter. And as far as combat goes, it is a bit slower than current PSO2. I will say that much. However, the actual pacing of the game itself has felt really, really good so far. I will say one thing. I did swap over. I think I swapped to fighter gunner and played with TMGs just a little bit. And playing in range versus playing in melee is a very, very different game. Melee, you really have to kind of know the enemy that you're going up against. Your knuckle sways, your parry / blocks with sword, your charge parries, sword, all that good stuff. You really need to understand them fairly well, or you're going to start taking a lot of damage. I took a lot of deaths. You guys are going to see in future videos. I got absolutely raw. I got absolutely washed. Like it was nothing, to be perfectly honest. And I know people on stream, you guys here with me for the past 15 hours almost now, have seen me absolutely get washed. And like when things start going well, it goes really, really well. But as far as like, I know a big point of contention or big concern about the beta itself when it comes to combat was speed of the game itself, which again, speed feels all right. It feels a bit slower, but it feels like it makes sense. Very methodical, as well as hit stun. Now I did feel hit stun a bit more on sword than on Knuckles, that much for sure. Knuckles felt a lot faster, felt a lot more fluid, felt really good. Not like sword necessarily felt bad, but it was the slower weapon of the two. Obviously, it's a big old sword, and it was where I felt the most punishment for like making or for being hasty with an attack, right? Like attacking without thinking about what's coming next. I guess I should probably further explain hit stop, because someone in chat's even asking what do I mean by hit stop. The amount of time between being stuck in ability and being able to do the next one, essentially. So kind of like when I'm doing I think rising slash, seeing an attack come off and letting go of that attack, not being able to stop and block parry, or block in general in time. But I think that's intentional. Hunter has a mechanic right now, I can't remember, it's something Avenger, where essentially what's it called? Essentially, whenever you're letting go of a PA, so as you charge a PA, whenever you let go of the attack itself, if it happens at the same time as you're going to be hit by something, you actually end up dealing increased damage, which is pretty nice. It's actually, it feels really good to get off, but it is a bit difficult to understand at first while you're trying to get acclimated to the game, because it is a bit different than what you have currently in PSO2, where you have something called charge parry. Essentially, you're starting your charge and you parry the ability that's coming at you. Instead, on NGS, you let go of your charged ability at the same time as you're about to take damage, and you do increase damage because of it, which is kind of cool to get rewarded for that timing. So super cool there. The new player experience is something I wanted to talk about as well. The new player experience has actually been really, really, really dope. To start things out, you just kind of start out with the client order, and of course, I'm going to show more about this in future videos. I just wanted to give you guys my raw thoughts, because I know people are going to be waiting for us to finish up playing the beta. This isn't the last time we were playing the beta, by the way. It's just down for maintenance for about 3 hours while they fix an issue with the urgent quest. But anyway, going back to my previous point, I actually kind of lost train of thought of my previous point. This is the difficulty with dealing with this type of video itself. The new player experience, that's what I was talking about. Sorry about that. So the new player experience, you start things out, you have a client order, and it just has you go through some stuff. You're kind of locked in the block that you're in until you complete the client order itself, has you go out, complete some things, and then get your first Ryuker device. Once you do that, you're able to change blocks, and it opens up all the other client orders. And from that point on, all the client orders are really individual, and they're just teaching you about the game in one way, shape, or form. Cool thing is they give you a good chunk of experience. They navigate you where you need to go. They show you what your mag is capable of doing. And you really don't feel too punished by making any mistakes in the beta itself. It's actually kind of cool. Even something like upgrading your weapons early, you're able to take advantage of that when you get a new weapon by feeding it into the new weapon itself. Pretty dope overall. I kind of like how that works out. So like you don't feel too hampered down to have to like hold on to your materials, or if you upgrade too early, you're not gonna have power later on down the line. Quite yet. There's a little bit more to that in just a moment. I'm going to explain a little bit, but it feels like things just kind of make sense. It feels more cohesive for a current generation MMO, action MMO at least, which I think is awesome. I'm super excited. I don't even know how I'm going to go back to playing PSO2 after getting a chance to play the beta. This has been so much fun. So you guys who played CBT 1, I now understand what you guys are feeling when you wanted to go back to playing immediately, because it's such a good time. For the record, I don't think I mentioned it earlier in this video. We capped out Fighter at 15 and Hunter's at 10. I'll be leveling Hunter when I get back in, but Fighter's capped, so we'll have to see how things go. But new player experience has been awesome. And chat asks, will this come to PS5? At the moment, there are no plans for it to come to PS5. They want the game to come to every console, is the intention. However, right now it's just Xbox and PC. But moving forward past that, I do have some, I don't say complaints, I do have like little nitpicks here and there. One was movement in the game. Movement felt really, really awesome, but only being able to wall kick once kind of sucks. I would like for it to be able to wall kick more than one time. Maybe infinitely, like kind of like the Mega Man wall kick up would be kind of dope. I think we've been able to climb up tons of stuff here. I don't see how there'd be any issue with that as far as like being able to wall kick up. Verticality is a little bit difficult with Knuckles at the moment versus other weapons. I mean, granted, there's only 2 melee weapons to play with. And sort of has been a little bit better about it since you have charged abilities, or charged PAs, essentially keeping you like hanging in the air, which is kind of nice. But they did just announce a bunch of other weapons, so of course they might play completely differently. So I'm sure Twin Daggers will feel really, really good in the air, as Knuckles have felt really great on the ground, as they usually do, giving you incentivization to play on both ends. Oh, and to clarify, that's correct. I'm sorry. JP is the version of the closed beta test that we're currently playing. JP will have a PS5 release, I'm sure, or a PlayStation release in general. Right now, I think the only way you can play on the PlayStation is just playing the base version of the game on the PS5. They may come out with the PS5 version of the game, but we're not 100% sure. But what else are we looking at? Yeah, things I would like to change. There's one issue I came across with the multi-weapon system. So the multi-weapon system is actually pretty cool. Essentially what you're doing is you take 2 weapons. They have to be of the same same rarity, same type of weapon itself, and you can combine them together. You actually have ability to, and this is something I actually didn't know about beforehand. Lovely. Hold on guys, one sec. This is something I usually cut out of a video, but this is just going to be raw, so we'll leave it as is. Maybe I'll cut it out in post. We'll have to find out. Either way, so the multi-weapon system gets put 2 weapons together. That was super cool. I did have some questions about that system itself and some things I found out about it. First off, you have access to normal attacks of both weapons, as well as if you put them on your if you put them on the palette, the weapon actions of both weapons too. So that's kind of neat. I guess someone gave an example. If you have something like TMG and sword, putting the TMG weapon or putting the sword weapon action on your bar, say you're playing gun or hunter, and something gets super close to you and you want to go ahead and counter it, you can with weapon action into proper normal attack, which would be kind of cool. Or of course you can dodge it depending upon what the situation itself is, giving you more options on how to approach encounters. Now there are some caveats. Your PAs are of the weapon type. So if you use a PA that's a sword PA, your weapon's going to change into your sword. If you use a PA that is a TMG PA, your weapon's going to be the TMG. Now, the smoothness on the weapon swapping and things like that is super, super clean. It was very, very easy to swap weapons. Even if I didn't have the weapons combined into the multi-weapon, just pressing a different button on, like I use a Razor Naga and have my hotkeys bound to weapon swapping, And just swapping weapons like that was very, very fluid. Very, very nice. It actually was super, super easy to do. And again, I'm gonna show more footage for that in the future. But as far as just how the game felt overall, it was really good. I had a good time so far. I'm actually really, really enjoying the game itself. One thing I did run into a problem, I did mention, like, I'm gonna talk more about, you know, little nitpicks that I had with the game itself. You are slightly penalized if you don't merge your weapons early on. Now, I do have to test more of this because we didn't get a chance to fully test this out. But one of the other content creators, Karopi, was able to make his multi-weapon on 2 weapons that were the same level. However, I have a pair of knuckles that are like level 20 with I think level 2 potential unlocked. I can't combine that with a sword that's level 0. So it does look, you do have to combine the 2 weapons at equal levels at least, or maybe it has to do with the potentials. I'm not 100% sure. You do more testing there. So it does seem balanced in a sense, but that does suck because had I known about that a bit more, I probably would have not upgraded my knuckles as far, upgraded my sword alongside of it. That way I could upgrade or merge 2 of them together and then keep upgrading them together. But, you know, we live and we learn. Not much else we can do there. But that's kind of like just my raw thoughts on the game itself. I've been awake for, been shooting for 15 hours at this point in time. So it's a little bit scatterbrained. I apologize if everything didn't come off completely clear from the get-go. I just want to kind of give you guys my raw thoughts on the situation, how I felt about the game. I'm really excited to get a chance to play this. They did announce that Global will be getting a beta as well. I'm not sure if they announced that it'll be an enclosed beta, if it's gonna be an open beta, what exactly is gonna be going on, but more information on that hopefully soon. Keep it on their Twitter, of course, keep it on the website. I'm sure it'll pop up there whenever it does pop up. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. As always, a like on the video is much appreciated and absolves you of half your ad block guilt. The other half is all by subscribing. Both are completely free and help me out a ton. If you guys want to keep up with videos and content like this, make sure to click on the bell icon to be notified of videos as they go live, as well as community posts, or join us on Discord or follow me on Twitter for notifications via those 2 avenues. Thanks so much for making it to the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace out. Also, say goodbye, chat. You guys are allowed to say goodbye. I'll give you some time to say goodbye, chat. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll outro, say goodbye.